All right, hello students, this is Ms. Medina, and in this video we're going to be calculating the rate of change when the information is given to you in a table format. So in this table, our x's are in this row right here. The x's are 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the f of x, or the y values, are 48, 40, 32, and 24. And it says, given the function defined in the table below, find the average rate of change in simplest form of the function over the interval 2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. So this interval means that you want to start at x equals 2, and you want to end at x equals 3. So remember, we need 2 points, right? All right, point number 1 and point number 2. Each of these points is going to have an x and a y. They only gave us the x's. They told us that x is going to start at 2 and x is going to end at 3. Okay. They gave you x1 and x2, the x's only. So we need to find our y's. So what is the output that is mapped to x equals 2? Well, the output that is mapped to x equals 2 is 40. So from the table, we get y1. What is the output that is mapped to x equals 3? X equals 3, the output is 32. Right? So then this gives us y2. Right? So the table helps us gather the information that we need. Now you just write the formula, and like I said in the previous video, writing the formula every single time puts it into your permanent memory. Okay? Okay, so then now you're going to do y2 minus y1. Okay? This is y2 minus y1. With a little minus sign here, so 32 minus 40. And then x2 minus x1. So it's going to be 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2. Okay. And then we're going to use the calculator over here, fraction bar, 32 minus 40 over 3 minus 2. And the answer is negative 8. All right, so the rate of change is negative, which means it's going down, decreasing. All right, so now let's look at the next one. It says, given the function defined in the table below, find the average rate of change in simplest form for the function over the interval from 4 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 6. So once again, they've given us our starting x and our ending x, okay? So remember, we're going to need 2 points, point number 1 and point number 2, right? The first point has an x of 4, and the second point has an x of 6. All right, so that's the first thing. Don't mix it up. These are your x's. Now we're going to use the table to find the y's. So for an x equals 4, it is mapped to 41. And when x equals 6, it is mapped to 53. See? All right, so then now you look up the rate of change, which when we deal with lines is called slope, right? But it's still a rate of change, the change in y over the change in x, right? So y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, right? And so y2 minus y1, oh, I forgot to label them, my bad, I'm sorry. All right, this one is y2, this one is y1, this one is x1, this one is x2. Oh, I thought that was the green one. It looked green for a moment there. sorry. So it's going to be 53 minus 41. And it's going to be 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4. Okie dokie. So we're going to put this in the calculator. It'll be 53 minus 41 over 6 minus 4. And that'll give us 6. So the rate of change is 6, which means it is increasing. It's positive. Positive change. All right, so given the function below, find the average rate of change for the function defined in the interval between 5 and 6. All right, so 5 is mapped to 9, and 6 is mapped to 7. All right, so point number 1 is 5 comma 9, and point number 2 is 6 comma 7. Once again, you do your labeling. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. Write the formula as before. The more you write it, the more it goes into your permanent memory. Y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. All right, so you just have to make sure you put the numbers in the right place. All right, so we need y2 minus y1. So this is y2 minus y1. So 7 minus 9. And x2 minus x1. So it's going to be 6 minus 5. Using the calculator, 7 minus 9 over 6 minus 5. And I put in, you see this apostrophe right here? That's why it's not giving me an answer. So be careful when you're typing stuff in. All right, so the rate of change is -2. It's negative, which means it's decreasing between that interval, right? Going down. Here we go. So now this one, they want us to calculate the rate of change between the interval 4 and 5. All right. So when x equals 4, it is mapped to 14. And when x equals 5, it is mapped to 19. So those are the 2 points that we're going to use. The first point is 4 comma 14, and that's your x1, y1. And the second point is 5 comma 19, and this is your x2, y2. Right? Writing the formula. Oops. Apologize. Got ahead of myself. Y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. And now you just have to make sure you put them in the right place. Right? So y2 minus y1. So 19 minus 14. And x2 minus x1. So 5 minus 4. Okay, putting it in the calculator, we get 19 minus 14 over 5 minus 4, it's just 1, 5. So it's a positive change, which means it's increasing. Okay, so that's these are the 4 examples that we have for calculating the rate of change when the information is given in table format.